So this video is just going to be an update on this blackwater aquarium. It's a 2-month update. I have a video of me setting this tank up near enough exactly 2 months ago. So I thought I'd do an update, show you how I maintain this tank, what's in the tank and how it's looking. So basically I put 7 neon tetras in this tank, and I still have 7 neon tetras. Not a single issue with these fish. No signs of illness. And they all hang round this side of the tank because that's where I feed them from. So as soon as I'm in the room, they all just gather at this left corner. So it's an 80 centimetre tank. Just under 3 foot. It's 80 centimetres long, 30 centimetres depth. It's about 24 centimetres high. It holds about 60 litres. It's a nice sized tank, but because I have such a big tank in the living room, this tank's just sort of in the office, like an office sort of room. So I wanted a very, very low maintenance aquarium, which is why I only have 7 neon tetras. Now, maintenance wise, I don't actually do anything. I barely do any water changes, and the only thing really that I do is water top-offs, because the water evaporates quite quick. Because this room's always warm, it's the back of the house, south facing house, so the water evaporates fairly quickly, which is why I had to put a twin wall polycarbonate sheet on the top. I didn't want it to hinder the filter or the pothos, so I just made it a little bit shorter. The floating plants have took off, which I knew they would, and they look really nice. They do a very good job of removing the nitrates, as so does the pothos, obviously. This pothos has grown like crazy. I've had to trim it because it was growing all the way down and curling back up, so I've trimmed it about halfway down. Yeah, so really with the low fish load, 7 neon tetras, a load of pothos, a load of floating plants, there really doesn't need to be that many water changes going on. I test the water now and again, and it's always spot on. Not even many nitrates. So I'll just top the water off now and again, and then about once a month and a half, I'll do a water change. So it's a 2-month update, and I think I've done 50% water change, just because I had a bit of spare time and I felt like doing it. So not many water changes. Normally I do like a 50% water change once a week on a heavily stocked aquarium, but this one is literally zero maintenance. Just water top offs because the water level drops, and yeah, that's it. No algae scraping. I don't get any algae, even though the sunlight from that window, sunlight hits this tank, I still don't get algae. because the plants are just absorbing that much nitrates. So I've talked about these in a video of themselves. They are miniature glass plant pots, and I'm growing Echinodorus. It's a type of sword plant, I think. It's called Echinodorus, and there's a lot of different Echinodorus. I'll put it in the description exactly what species of Echinodorus this is, but it's a really nice plant, and it comes submerged in the water like an Amazon sword. But if you reduce the water level and stick it out the water, those leaves will die off, and then these different type of leaves will start to grow. So during the summer, that's what I did with this plant. Left it outside, put the water level just above the plant pot, and then these different type of leaves grew, and they are emergent leaves, so that's really good. I was actually, once it grows even bigger, I'm going to take them out the pots and stick them straight in the substrate, so they grow from the bottom out the tank without the pots, because they were really small when I first put them in, but now they're quite big. So yeah, really nice small aquarium, not much maintenance going on at all, and it's doing really well. So normally what's interesting is neon tetras are normally quite shy. If you mix them in a tank with other fish, I find them to be a little bit shy, but having them in the tank to themselves, they sit around this corner waiting for me to feed them. As soon as I come in the room, they all rush over, and they fight a lot. They spar, all in the roots of the pothos. Really interesting. So it's nice to have an aquarium just for these neons, because they don't need a lot of attention really, don't produce much waste. It's a really good fish. So that's the 2-month update. On the Blackwater aquarium. Got a video coming out soon about my 300 litre aquarium, freshwater aquarium, that had a sump. I ordered it with a sump, and that's for my heavily planted tank with Bosemani's in, and I'll go through all that and tell you what happened. If you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, then you won't know what's happened, but I'll do a video on that soon. So thanks for watching, and subscribe to see more videos.